They had scarcely left the school behind and now found themselves on the busy thoroughfare of the city. It was made plain from the dressing of the shops that here too it was Christmas, although it was night and the streets were lighted up. The ghost stopped before a certain warehouse door and asked Scrooge if he knew the place. Know it. Was I apprenticed here? They entered at the sight of an old gentleman in a Welsh wig sitting at a desk so high that if he'd been 2 inches taller he would have knocked his head against the ceiling. Scrooge exclaimed excitedly, "Why, it's old Fezziwig! Bless his heart, it's old Fezziwig, alive again!" Old Fezziwig put down his pen and looked up at the clock, which pointed to the hour of 7. He rubbed his hands together, straightened his capacious waistcoat, laughed all over himself from his shoes to the organ of his benevolence, and called out in a rich, oily, fat, and jovial voice, "Ebenezer, Dick!" Scrooge's former self, now a grown young man, came briskly in, followed by his fellow apprentice. "Why, it's Dick Wilkins, to be sure," Scrooge said to the spirit. "He was very much attached to me, was Dick. Poor Dick, dear, dear. No more work tonight. Christmas Eve, Dick. Christmas, Ebenezer. Let's have the shutters up as quick as a man can say Jack Robinson." "Hilly-ho," cried old Fezziwig, skipping down from his high desk with amazing agility. "Clear away, lads, clear away. Let's have plenty of room in here. Clear away. There's nothing they couldn't have cleared away. There's nothing they wouldn't have cleared away with old Fezziwig looking on. It was done in an instant. All the movables were packed off as if they were dismissed from public life forever. The floor was swept and watered. The lights were trimmed. Fuel was heaped upon the fire. And the warehouse was as snug and warm and dry and bright a ballroom as one would care to see on a winter's night. In came the fiddler with his music book and went up to the high desk and made an orchestra of it, tuning like 50 stomach aches. In came Mrs. Fezziwig, one vast substantial smile. In came the 3 Miss Fezziwigs, beaming and lovable. In came the 6 followers whose hearts they broke. In came all the young men and women employed in the business. In came the housemaid with her cousin, the baker. In came the cook with her brother's particular friend, the milkman. In they all came, some shyly, some boldly, some gracefully, some awkwardly, some pushing, some pulling. In they all came, anyhow and everyhow, and away they all went, 20 couples at once. And there was dancing and forfeits and more dancing. And there was cake and negus. And there was a great piece of cold roast and a great piece of cold boiled. And there were mince pies and plenty of beer. But the greatest effect of the evening came after the roast and the boil, when the fiddler struck up old Sir Roger de Coverley, and old Fezziwig stood out to dance with Mrs. Fezziwig. Top couple, too, and they had a good stiff piece of work cut out for them. It was 11 o'clock when this domestic ball broke up, and Mr. and Mrs. Fezziwig took their station on either side of the door to shake the hand of each individual person as he or she went out, and to wish him or her a Merry Christmas. And when everyone had retired except for the 2 clerks, they did the same to them, wishing them a Merry Christmas. And thus the cheerful voices died away. Small matter to make these silly folk so filled with gratitude. Small, echoed Scrooge. Why is it not? He has spent but a few pounds of your mortal money. 3 or 4, perhaps. Is that so much that he deserves this praise? It isn't that, said Scrooge, heated by the remark. It isn't that, Spirit. He has the power to make us happy or unhappy, to make our work light or burdensome, a pleasure or a toil. Say his power lies in words and looks, in so many small and insignificant things. It is impossible to add and count them up. What then? The happiness he gives is worth as much as if it had cost a fortune. Scrooge felt the Spirit looking at him and stopped. What is it? Nothing. Something, I think. I would like to have a few words with my clerk just now. His former self turned down the lights as this wish was uttered, and Scrooge and the Spirit found themselves once again side by side in the open air.